What's going on, fellow alchemists? Welcome to Quasi Astrology. Today we're talking about Lilith in Aries. So, Lilith in Aries, what does this mean? What does this represent? Well, firstly, what is Lilith? Remember, Lilith is all about our shadow side. It's the part of us that was shunned, or a part of us that was cast out or forced to be separated from who we were. They never truly separated, but a lot of the time, people might have ridiculed you and might have made you feel like you should let go of this part of you. And through that kind of festered and grew until you couldn't deal with it anymore, and it finally made itself present. It will make itself present if it hasn't, and it will be repetitive, and it will continuously pop out throughout your life. So always understand that Lilith is also about the deep, dark feminine energy. This is where we find our liberation from what people expect from us, from what society expects from us, and throws on us as shackles to kind of keep us from moving and truly expressing who we truly are in this life, in this incarnation. So when you bring it into Aries, and well, what is Aries? Well, Aries is all about cardinal energy. It's a cardinal fire house. It's part of the cardinal cross. So it's initially part of the initiation of energy throughout the chart. This is the point where consciousness discovers it is conscious. That's in esoteric astrology, at least. That's the explanation for this point. So in Aries, this is where you discovered that you are something, but you generally don't have a direction. That's why it's cardinal. It's very, very explosive energy. It explodes. It goes. It just goes. Nothing's going to stop it. And when you bring a Lilith in here, that deep, rich, feminine energy, as well as the mythology of Lilith, which actually might link her to the Babylonian pantheon goddess of Ishtar. Ishtar was the goddess of political power, of fertility, and of war. Ishtar has also been compared to Venus, when Venus is in particular the signs of Libra and Scorpio. So just keep that in mind, that this is a very, 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 very prominent point for Lilith to be in, because she expresses her energy unabated. Nothing can shun her unless she's expressing this energy, perhaps through the 12th house. So when you have Lilith in Aries, always understand that this is not going to be apologetic energy. Lilith is all about being who she is and representing who she is, and not giving a damn what anybody says about her. She's direct, she's powerful, she oozes her sensuality, and she's the one, in particular when she's in Aries, she's the one who most likely will walk naked and not give a damn about it, or want to walk naked and not give a damn about it. But again, as I previously mentioned, issue here is because you've been ridiculed, because people have made assumptions about you. They've doubted who you were, and they've maybe torn away your ability to feel like you could be a permanent place of leadership, a place where people could come and receive leadership and guidance, because it's in Aries, and Aries is about that cardinal energy. It's about going forward. It's about pushing your challenges. It's about going through all the obstructions. And so when Lilith brings her influence into this part of the chart, what you realize is that these people struggle to really come in touch with their self-worth. It's all about questions about self-worth. Because she was shunned, it doesn't mean Lilith herself or the energy of Lilith cares about being shunned, because she doesn't. She doesn't at all. But you interpret, or you can interpret this energy through Aries as making you feel like this part of your chart, or this sign in particular, and your relation with this sign is in question. Am I a leader? Am I someone who has self-worth? I've always been brought down by people. People have always questioned who I am, my decisions, my judgments, my actions. They've always questioned it. Even when it has nothing to do with them, a lot of the time people will jump in and question, why are you doing this? Who do you think you are? Do you really think you can do it? And that kind of breaks down the self-esteem. That kind of breaks down the image of yourself. So psychologically, you feel bereft of any sort of leadership for yourself and any sort of self-worthiness for yourself. You struggle with these things. It's a challenge. It's a fight. It's a continuous battle. But always remember that Lilith is also the point of our feminine liberation. Through accepting Lilith and the higher octaves and working with the lower octaves to transmute them and transform them into the higher octaves and expressions of this beautiful, deep, dangerous, and seductive, yet at the same time awe-inspiring and liberating and spiritually inclined higher octave of this position, of this placement, you're going to realize that you can do so much work to liberate yourself and leave the constant grind, the constant battles that you've been through with yourself. It's not about other people here in particular, it's more about you. Realizing this and realizing that other people's opinions don't matter because you are God's creation. You are here and God doesn't make mistakes. No matter what you believe, when you understand the nature of the primordial traditions in particular, God doesn't make mistakes. There is purpose to you. And because there is purpose to you, nothing or no one can miscorrect or misguide you or misdirect you on what your objective and point of direction is. So always keep that in mind, that Lilith is realizing this and taking that energy and taking that power and taking it back from people because you've given it to other people. You've made other people, you've allowed other people to establish themselves as the leaders in your life sometimes, but they're not meant to be leaders. You might not feel like you want to be or feel strong enough to really push into this area. But that's the whole point, is working with yourself and acknowledging yourself and your own self-worth so that you don't care about what other people have to say about you. So fellow alchemists, I hope you really enjoyed that one. That was Lilith and Aries. Please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Drop a like or drop a comment down below. Tell me how it feels dealing with this position and having this sort of placement in your chart. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Goodbye.